Welcome back. Today I wanted to give a progression that pretty much guarantees that you're going to feel a little bit of bliss in the body. So we're going to be working with the body bliss. And this is a really meaningful component of meditation because it means that you can sink into a pleasurable feeling inside of your brain right away when you begin meditation. So you can get this meditative mellow very, very early in your meditative journey so that your meditation is always something beautiful and it draws you back into it over and over again. It's always uplifting, it's always inspiring, it's always drawing you back, and it never turns into a burden. Oh, I should be doing my meditation. I have to do my meditation. It never turns into that kind of a left brain sympathetic exercise. It's always parasympathetic and it's always fueling your heart for it. You just love it, so you keep coming back. And that's the way it ought to be. And so let's get into it. So this progression builds on a couple of the other videos where I talk about the Bliss bounce and I talk about the Caudate Nucleus. We really want to understand this and we want to integrate it with the understanding of the chakras so that we can begin to feel bliss radiating from the chakra. So it's very, very meaningful. So first, we need to develop feeling inside of the body. And so this is very simple. It's easy to feel things. It really is. And if you just take your hands and rub them together vigorously for a second, and then pull them apart, and then push them together. And don't you feel a little something? Well, I feel something inside of my palms, or I feel like there's a pressure there. Any of those sensations are good. They're all feelings. And we're very, very used to feeling things with our hands. They're very sensitive, and we've been creating this habit of feeling with our hands forever, right? And so it's very easy. And now we're just going to take that feeling and we're going to turn it inside, into the body. And now we're going to feel inside the left side of the body and feel inside the entire right side of the body. And just feel which side feels like it might be a little more light, a little more happy, a little more joyous, a little more uplifted. Which side is, and for me today, it's going to be the left side. So I feel it right here. I'm going to take that feeling and I'm going to use my breath to help transfer it to the other side of the body. So I'm just imagining that I'm using the breath to push it to the other side because I've got this nice feeling here and I want to share it with the other caudate nucleus because that's what's going on. The caudate nucleus is feeling this side and I want to transfer it to the other caudate nucleus. So I'm just going to feel that feeling. And now some of that feeling that was feeling good in the left side, wherever it might be, it doesn't matter where it was, has transferred into the right side. And now the right side feels a little more light, a little more happy, a little more joyful. Just a little bit. We're not looking for, mountains of something. We're just looking for little tiny things. As my original Qigong instructor told me one time, he said somebody came to him and he goes, I practiced it and I felt a little bit. And my Qigong instructor goes, great! So you practiced more, right? Because you felt something. So that's a big deal. You did it. So take that good feeling and blow it to the other side. And to do that, we're using the breath And we're using what the Jungians call active imagination. So we're using those two things to push that pleasurable feeling to the other side. And the caudate nucleus knows this, it gets it. Hey, you want to move that feeling? Wonderful. We can do that because you walk with your left foot and then you transfer that feeling to the right foot. And you do that all day. So the caudate nucleus knows how to transfer feelings like that. And that's why we like working with the caudate nucleus, because it's quick and easy and fast. So you don't have to go, oh, I don't know if I can do this, because you don't have to do it. It's your caudate nucleus that's doing it for you. So you don't have to figure out how this works. It just works. And that's good enough. So now we'll take that feeling again, that ability to perceive internally, right? We feel that in our hands, something there. Doesn't matter how much. If there's something there, good enough. And we'll transfer that inside. And now, which side in the whole body feels more pleasurable? And now I feel something really pleasurable right here, right? I don't know what it is. I just know it feels pleasurable. I can't explain it. I don't need to. The caudate nucleus will do the work for me, and I'm going to use my breath and my active imagination and blow it to the other side. And that's it, right? So easy, so simple. And now the whole body is starting to get a little more joyous. And so we can do that a few times. And then I want you to go into one chakra. And I want you to do the same process. And so you imagine that the chakra is probably, a central locale of feeling, right? It's just a projection from the limbic brain. Different pieces of the limbic brain are projecting down into different centers. We call them chakras. And we're able to feel those because of the caudate nucleus. And so we feel those centers, and just imagine that it has a left side and a right side, just like the body. And one of the easiest chakras to feel is the heart. So let's start there because it's easy. So we'll go into the heart and we'll feel the left side, and then we'll feel the right side. And wherever there might be a little bit more happiness and joy, go into that feeling and blow it into the other side of the chakra. And then do the same thing again. Develop that feeling. Put it in the chakra. Which side feels a little more joyous? And take that feeling and blow it to the other side. And now take that same understanding, we'll bring it down to the lower chakras. So let's try it on the first chakra. Feel the left side, feel the right side, blow the good feeling to the other side. Feel it again. Feel the left side. Feel the right side. Blow the good feeling to the other side. So the chakras kind of have a continuum. They might start out where they are a little bit muddy or you can't feel them much. And then they start to get a little clean. And so that clean feeling is a really big deal, because it means that your Om Japa or your meditation is working on the projections, and it's cleaning out the projection. And the material, the good material, is going back home to the brain. And then finally, the chakra will begin to feel ecstatic, blissful. And that's the progression of the chakras, the continuum of the chakras. And so once you begin to feel that ecstatic feeling, you've really finished out the chakra. It's very joyous, and all of the limbic projection is now going home. It's going upwards. And so if you begin to feel that with your first chakra, then we can move to the second one. Develop a feeling. Transfer the feeling to the second chakra. Feel the left side and then feel the right side. Which side feels more joyous? You can pick this spontaneously, just very, very intuitively, easily, and spontaneously. Blow that feeling to the other side. Feel it again. Feel the left side, feel the right side. If one side feels more joyous, blow that to the other side. And when the chakra is joyous, ecstatic, well, then move up to the next chakra. Or if it just feels clean, that's good enough too. You can move to the next chakra. Develop a feeling. Transfer it inside into the third chakra. Feel the left side, feel the right side. If one side feels more joyous, of course, I'm demonstrating with an open mouth. You can hear I'm breathing. But when you do it yourself, go ahead and do it with a nasal breath. It's much more efficient for the body. You can do it with an open mouth too, but it is more efficient with a closed mouth, using a nasal breath. That's a basic rule of yoga. Feel the chakra. Feel it inside. If one side's more joyous, transfer that to the other side. And then you'll know when it's time to go ahead and move to the next chakra. We already did the heart. But if you'd like to feel it again, develop a feeling, turn it inside. Feel the left side, feel the right side. Whichever side is a little more joyous, and you might notice that this feeling of joy, it might start moving on you up and down the different chakras that you're working with. And so now you're not just feeling energy, you're actually feeling joy, a transference of ananda. And so a yogi would tell you, you are working with the ananda kosha. You're not working with the prana kosha. You're working with the ananda kosha. So it's a much deeper practice. Right? That's amazing. Let's move to the throat chakra. Develop a feeling. I can feel, right? So then I'm going to transfer that inside. Feel the left side, feel the right side. If one side is more joyous, blow that into the other. Feel it again. The left and the right side. Take one side, a good feeling, and blow it into the other. And now we're going to go all the way up into the medulla. And so to find the medulla, how do we do that? Stretch out the back of your neck. In Tai Chi, they say you have a string on the top of your skull. It's pulling you up. Feels nice. And then imagine that your skull is sitting on a screw of your neck. And we're going to slightly rotate the head just a tiny bit. And try and imagine we can feel that screw in the center. And that's the medulla. And it may already be feeling ecstatic, I don't know. It can feel like you're coming home when you find it. Why? Because it's instantly lowering the heart rate a tiny bit just by putting your mind on it. Because it's a pressure valve. It's a pressure regulator. And so putting your mind on it changes the pressure. It has a consequence. And so that's why it feels like, oh, that's a nice place. And so now, using this progression, develop your feeling. Turn it inside. Feel the left side. Feel the right side. Which side is more uplifting, happy, joyous, ecstatic? Take that feeling. And blow it into the other side. Feel both sides. Oh, wow. Feel both sides. Pick one and blow it into the other. I don't know how much I can do more on video. It's gonna, I don't know, it's I'll go up in a chariot of fire. Oh, I don't think so. But you get the idea. It's gonna increase and it's going to compound. And so even doing a little bit of this is you're going to start feeling these ecstatic feelings. And it's no mystery. There's no mystery to it. It's your caudate nucleus that's allowing you to feel that. And you just never used it in this way on purpose. And so it works very well. It works very quickly. It's very, very simple. And you can do this all day. And you'll start to feel these ananda feelings back and forth. Perhaps you'll feel them up and down. If you get too blissed out, put your mind on the whole body at once. One of my students, that's one of his favorite things to do to keep himself grounded, because he has a lot of bliss and he has to work. And so he puts his mind on the whole body at once. Beautiful, very, very perceptive thing. Try this out. See what happens for you. Try this out. You can begin with the first chakra, you can begin with the heart, you can begin with any chakra. Start with the body first. Get a feeling for doing it in a big way, and then shrink it down into the chakra. Develop this feeling. Just spend a few minutes working with your hands. Feel that pressure between the hands. This is an old exercise, very simple. Just rub the hands and then feel what you feel between the two hands. Are they communicating with each other a little bit? All of that is very easily explained by psychology. It's very simple stuff. We're working with the brain in a very powerful way, and it can very, very quickly increase our meditative mellow for all of our meditations. So if we do this exercise every once in a while, and then you go back and you do the heart rate variability breathing, you're going to notice some of this while you're doing the heart rate variability, because your brain is going to pick up, hey, I can throw this in there because I like it. So it's a wonderful, wonderful progression. I hope you love it. I hope you get bliss out of it. It's pretty much guaranteed. If you follow this progression, you're going to feel something. And feeling something is very, very meaningful. So I hope you love this. If you did, be sure to hit that bell down below